Bam. All right, we recording.
Nice. All right, cool. Let's go to the view. Let me see, like full screen. Let me see. It's got to be a way. There we go. I put the gallery view. Did it change on your side?
Nah, it's still split screen.
Oh, it's split screen. Cool. That's what we want.
Yeah, look like DC and Helwani.
Man, that's my favorite MMA show.
Hey, I can't lie, man. DC made me a fan. Like, I wasn't a fan of him when he was fighting, but like watching the podcast, he makes Ariel tolerable for an hour. Because if it was just an hour of Ariel, it's not that I don't like Ariel, but Ariel seemed like the dude who would apologize mid-fight.
Yeah,
while he's getting beat up. So when he has these strong opinions about stuff, I never believe that he'll back those strong opinions up. So I'm like, dude, why don't, like, just chill, bro. Just chill.
Yeah, he's I like, it's crazy because I like DC. I wanted DC to beat John Jones. I wanted everybody to beat John Jones because he kept beating my favorite fighter. He beat Rampage. I was mad. I wanted him to beat Shogun. But then he fought Rampage. I was like, nah, you can't beat Rampage. He beat him. Nah, you can't beat Rashad. He beat him. I was okay with him beating Leota. But I got a speeding ticket when he beat Rashad. I got a speeding ticket. I was so mad, bro. I was so mad.
Here's the thing. I was okay with him beating everybody except for Rampage. I was a huge Rampage fan. Matter of fact, I was one of the only people who knew Rampage was going to beat Chuck Liddell when they brought Rampage over to the UFC.
He beat him twice, didn't he?
No, he beat him once. No, he beat him twice, but he only beat him once in the UFC. The other time he beat him is when Dana White flew Chuck Liddell over to Pride, and then he beat him over there. And Dana White thought Chuck Liddell was going to win.
Pride was in Japan too, so that was a long flight back.
Right, that was a long flight back from a butt whooping, like for sure.
Yeah, but no, Rampage is my dude. He's from Memphis, so.
Oh yeah. Then now he's Santa Rampage with his fat self. He's Santa Rampage now. He's so chill.
He fighting heavyweight just because he don't want to diet. But man, I'm just not looking forward to telling my opinion, and then these fighters be like, "Hey man, hey man, can't wait to go to your show." I can't wait to go to your show.
So here's the thing: it wouldn't be the first time somebody showed up to my show ready to fight me, so I'm good.
Yeah, but you though,
right?
You're okay with that?
Yeah,
you're okay.
Totally fine.
Not your boy.
Okay, so we'll start off this disclaimer like this. I don't know if Kicking It with Comedians is going to end up being the name of the show.
Oh, absolutely not, man.
So here's the thing. No, but Kicking It, I mean, look at the kick in your background. Like, it's kind of a double entendre.
That is, come on, man. I'm so dumb. Kicking, okay, cool. I got it. All right. Kicking It with Comedians, but kicking it with,
Yeah, because it's kicking.
Yeah.
Because it's MMA.
Yeah.
Okay, so at any rate,
I like that because so they know that we're not well, you train, you've actually coached people in wrestling and stuff. Yeah, that's why we need you.
Yeah, I'm deep in wrestling. Northeast Ohio is known for its wrestling. Like, it's crazy.
I'm so
all opinions and people who get upset about things, you can vent all your frustrations towards me, Nelsin Davis, on all my Instagram, social media, Facebook, all that stuff. Leave Preacher out of it. He can be the nice guy. I'll be the bad guy. Vent all your frustrations towards me.
Hey man, I'm still gonna get beat up, man. It's gonna happen. It's all good though.
Hey man, if somebody come after you, they came after us.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And if someone come after you, they came after you.
Exactly. But, one band, two sounds.
Okay. Oh, man. I like kicking with a comedian. I mean, kicking with comedians now. I mean, I don't know if it's kicking with comedians.
You know what? So we could just
do Nelson and Preacher Arnold, something like, but that's too long.
Right. So kicking, we'll take the it out, kicking with comedians. How about that?
Yeah, kicking. No, but then it's not kicking it.
I mean,
man, kicking it with comedians is what it is right now. If we figure it out, we figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we had to have a name. We didn't have a name.
We do have that. Yeah, we don't have a name.
So at least we have that name, and then some people come through and they give us some names that sound better.
Exactly.
We might choose that name.
Yeah.
But until then, we needed a name, so we got a name now. All right. The real question is this. Now, backstory: people don't know that we bet on Stipe And
man, you can't just jump straight into the main event. Man.
No, I'm not jumping into the main event. I'm not jumping into the main event. I just want people to know how much you hate Stipe and how much I love him because he's from Cleveland.
Yeah, because he's from Ohio.
And you still owe me for one bet to make us even.
I do.
You still owe me.
I do.
So I just wanted to put that out there.
Him in the eye.
I wanted to put that out there before we went forward. So we're not jumping ahead. We're just letting everybody know where you and I stand right now before we press forward.
Remember when DC knocked him out?
I took my L like a man.
You did. You did.
And then do you remember when DC got hit with 17 unanswered body shots?
It was 11. It was 11. That hurt my feelings, bro. Oh my gosh, because he was winning. He was doing great. That's why I thought he was going to win the second second fight.
It was like, where you watching fights like 1. Oh.
Bro, so
3.
many.
Oh, 4, 5. Oh my goodness. 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. Bro, that man got hit with a bunch. It was weird. And it was crazy because even after he got hit a couple of times, he tried to block him and he was still getting hit.
Hey, no, the funny part was the noise Joe Rogan was making when he was getting. He's like, "Oh, he hit it with another one."
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, DC is getting lit to the body.
They were going in on Joe Rogan and DC. There's the whole commentary. They said it was biased commentary when Israel Adesanya was fighting Blachowicz, right?
Yeah, they did. I did not agree.
So did you? Okay, I was gonna say because I didn't agree with that. This is what I feel like. Everything they were saying. This is what I felt. And I could be biased because Izzy's my favorite fighter. But this is what I thought would happen. I thought the first round went to Izzy. The second round went to Blachowicz. Then the third round, Izzy started to take off. The third round, he did better. And then the fourth round, before he got taken down, it was like 2 minutes in. He got a little too excited, right? He got too excited and then he got taken down and he didn't get back up.
I'll say this. I'll say I felt like the fight was way more even than what the scorecard said that it was.
Oh, absolutely.
I also felt like Izzy was a lot slower than he normally is, and he didn't put out enough volume to control that fight.
I think he needed more counter.
Okay, so he may have been scared. No, you know what though? I noticed in fights where he gets hit really hard, a la the Romero fight, all of a sudden that gun jams a little bit. It's not an automatic weapon no more. Then he starts picking his shots like a revolver. But in other fights, he empties the clip on people if he doesn't taste that power. I think tasting that power from Jan made him go, I need to be a little bit more selective before I leave myself open to get clipped.
I think so. I would almost agree with that if he wasn't complacent in there was another fight that he was ahead. And he didn't like put the gas on. It was that Hawaiian dude? It was another
Brad Tavares.
Brad Tavares. It's Brad Tavares. Like he lit him up, right? But he wasn't like going for the finish. He was 5 rounds of him just dominating and striking.
Hey,
I felt like go ahead.
I'm saying this right now. I'm just glad that I'm not one of those people who only knows John Jones in MMA.
Oh my God,
two actual comedians who actually watching fights, so we can recall fights and be like, "No, I remember when he fought so and so." But okay, go ahead with your point about him fighting Tavares.
No, that's annoying, bro. When I know what you're talking about. Look, I hate when I talk to someone and then they're like, they say they like fighting, like who's the greatest fighter of all time? They're like, oh, Frank Trick. That dude is amazing, right? He's the greatest. Him and Anderson Silva, they try to mix a goat.
right.
They be like, I can't talk to someone about MMA if they don't watch MMA.
Tank Abbott was the GOAT.
I know, man. I know. Someone told me, I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, so I that's when you were talking about Brad Tavares and I couldn't think of his name. I was like, people will think I'm an imposter. They're gonna think I'm an imposter, man. I need to figure out his name. He saved me. I was like, cool. Brad Tavares. No, but so I felt like I think Izzy, it wasn't Izzy said that because I watched their interviews that his defense was really good, and his defense was good. I think he was just I think he was scared of, I don't think he got hurt at any point, right? But I think he just was not scared of his power, but he respected it a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, too much. Because like when they were destroying DC tweeted, he's like, and Adesanya did make him bite on a bunch of feints, which he did, but he didn't capitalize on it because he didn't want to get hit. So he was looking back like I should have went in. It was like, yeah, you should have. So I mean, and look, when Blachowicz' defense, man, was on point. He was on point, and he didn't get like washed out when he was striking. He was like, it was really even, you know.
It was the takedowns that won the fight. Clearly, one thing that I did notice that Izzy does, and he did it in other fights, but middleweights never capitalize. Sometimes he leans back. He leans back when he's swinging, and when he swings, he rotates and leaves a whole side open with nothing to defend it.
Yeah.
You want to have an arm in there somewhere to be able to defend takedowns. You can't just swing wide and leave everything wide open. That's an open door for anybody to walk through and do whatever they want to as far as wrestling.
I know. That's what they would. Yeah. So he just like when he leans back, he just leaves himself open for it.
And he's too long. He's too long to lean. Like if he was a short, stubby, like if he was a Frankie Edgar, like, you know, fast twitch short, you could get away with that because your reaction time once you lean back in, you're low. But he's tall, so there is no lean back.
Yeah. And if someone gets him in the open, when he's against the gate, he does great. He doesn't really get taken down.
You know what? You know what's disappointing? You know what's disappointing?
What?
His level of effort getting up off the bottom was disappointing.
Well, I think that John did a really good job of smothering. I think he kept him. It was chest to chest a lot.
No, I'm saying I get that. I understand that. I just don't think it was enough effort to get his back up against the cage to try to walk back up. He just got kind of complacent to just being down there. And those minutes were, let's be clear, Jan got the takedown. He didn't do a lot of damage. Bigger. He didn't do a lot of damage on top.
Yeah.
He didn't do a lot of ground and pound damage. He held position, he controlled position, and did enough for them to not have to get a stand-up.
Yeah.
All respect to him, but it was not like some big dominant thing like those scorecards said, no 49-45 and no crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, it wasn't 49. I mean, it was 3 rounds of 2, and John got 2, 4, and 5. That's what it was. But I wouldn't
argue with that. Like, if somebody said that they had Izzy winning the first 3, I wouldn't argue with that. If they said they saw Jan winning one of those first 3 and definitely winning the other 2, but even when he got the takedown, he wasn't winning the stand-up portion of the round that he first got the takedown in.
He wasn't. He was getting, I remember the combination because he did that same combination on Robert Whitaker, where he did some body come up to the head. Right. He did the same combination. I was like, oh, he's letting off on him. And he let off, and then John was like, nah, man, I'm going to take you down. And he just laid on him. He's a light heavyweight. Right. He's a big dude. And Izzy can make welterweight, you know? So he's just, the size difference was too much.
But he definitely going to need to get some wrestling in his pedigree, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. So this weekend.
Right?
This weekend, man.
So are we just doing the main card, or we hitting a little bit of the prelim? What are we doing?
Woo, man.
How are we doing this?
Hey, man, we definitely not doing the prelim because I don't really, you know.
Well,
I'm not a casual fan.
No, here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Know this?
So on the prelim, one name you might recognize is Nurmagomedov. Wait a minute, let me make sure I don't butcher his name. Abubakar Nurmagomedov. So this Nurmagomedov was one of the
John Jones is pound for pound #1 again.
Oh, who knew?
And then behind him is Usman. Then it's Stipe. Then it's Alexander Gustafsson.
So this Nurmagomedov originally got suspended because he was one of the ones I think who punched Conor when the melee broke out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
that's funny.
This might be one of his first fights back since then. And then Alonzo Menifield.
Dude.
I think Alonzo Menifield was on the Contender Series.
Oh, okay.
Little buff dude. So yeah, that might be a pretty decent fight between him and Fabio Charont.
Okay.
All right. So we talked about the prelim. So now we can jump to this main sizzle.
Okay.
All right, so the first fight on the main card is Malarkey versus Worthy. Okay, so funny thing. So Worthy actually knocked out a little dude from Cleveland, he lost his last fight, but the fight before that, he beat Devontae Smith. And we was all surprised because Devontae was on the hot streak. Like, he was hot. He was hotter than fish grease. He was moving up.
Yeah.
And then Karma stopped all that when he clipped him. Then he got injured and Devontae been out for a minute. But then Karma ended up losing his next fight after that.
Worthy is... Yeah, I remember Worthy. That man is dope. He's good. He was an underdog. He was supposed to lose to somebody.
It was Devontae.
It was Devontae. Oh, it was Devontae. Okay, cool. Yeah, he was supposed to lose to him.
Right.
And he was just like, I mean, you know how like the commentators, they want to not be biased, right? But then the fight comes and they're like, okay, obviously this dude about to get knocked out. Because as soon as the fight starts, they're like, oh, that's out the window. Right. We got to call the fight. And so they were calling it for, I think, Devontae. Right. And then they were like, okay, Worthy's like doing, how they switch up. Oh, Worthy is actually doing kind of work. And so I just remember seeing that. And yeah, he's good, man. But then did he get knocked out or he just lost his last?
He might have got knocked out his last fight. Don't quote me on that. Matter of fact, I could probably look it up so I don't sound like a jackal.
Yeah.
But I won't.
But anyway, I'm excited for him. I like his striking.
All right. So the next fight is Jillian Roberts versus Miranda Maverick. I've heard of Jillian Roberts before. I've never heard of Miss Maverick.
Hey man, Jillian Roberts is trained, I believe, by the greatest trainer, the GOAT, Dean Thomas.
Oh, Dean.
He's a redhead, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Come on, man. Jillian Roberts. I mean, hey, come on. The GOAT.
I'm actually going on the UFC website now, so I can click on these things and see.
I'm on it right now, but it's just like my signal is trash. I don't even know how we're talking. I don't know how we're talking right now. My signal's so trash.
We're talking right now because of Grace and Mercy.
Oh, bro, it gotta be.
Okay. Yeah. So Robertson is ranked number 15.
I believe she's mainly grappling.
She lost her last fight, and she's Canadian.
Yeah, but she took that on short notice though.
And she's Canadian, hey. And Miranda Maverick is coming off of a win. The reach advantage goes to Maverick.
I'm getting torn up, man.
Hey, you know what? You know what, man? In that fight, I'm gonna go with the American.
You're going against Dean Thomas.
Dean, I never met you, but you seem like the homie. And
listen, bro, I don't know if I can continue this podcast.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm probably gonna go against Dean Thomas twice tonight.
No, you're talking about we just skipping the Tyron Woodley.
I didn't skip there, but I just said I put a little nugget. I put a little nugget down there.
Tyron Woodley's the only other dude that's on the main
nugget. I dropped a little nugget.
Hey, listen, I don't know, man. I know. Listen, bro. I know.
Little nugget.
I don't care about your nugget, man, because I know people are giving up on Tyron Woodley. All right, but his last fight against Gilbert Burns.
That wasn't his last fight. Dang. You know what his last fight was? You know what his last fight was?
Kobe, right?
His last fight was when he came out wearing all that Black Lives Matter stuff.
I was so mad, bro, because I was like, I know you're gonna lose, man. So like, stop doing this, man. That means the Black Lives Matter loses.
And he wore all the Black Lives Matter stuff, and then all of a sudden Black Lives didn't matter.
Yeah, he was doing the interview
for like 3 rounds.
Bro. Yeah, it was the 5th round. He got finished with his rib.
Yeah, he got it.
My rib.
He got his McRib cracked.
Bro, that made me. Yeah, bro. He was like my guy. I didn't want Usman to beat him.
Hey, real rap. You want to know when I stopped believing in Tyron Woodley?
When?
Real rap. When he started rapping, that's when I stopped believing in Tyron Woodley.
Oh my God!
In that exact moment, I was like, No.
It's so weird, man, because like that dude is like he's so smart, like he's super smart. Like if you watch him break down a fight, it's like, yeah, I can boom, boom, boom. Like I see all these points and just hear him talk, and then his fighting, he's a beast. He's a champion. But it's like, how come you could tell he's smart, but it's like he's not smart enough to know his rap is bad. So it's like, because everybody
you know what it was? He did an interview recently where he was talking about I think he's getting divorced too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So in the interview, he was talking about how the fame kind of just got to him. And you know how it is with some people when they get so famous and they get so many accolades and they stop having real ones around them to tell them the truth, like honest friendships. Like some people get so big that people can't be honest with them no more because they're afraid of not being able to get the benefits of whatever's going on in a good part of the situation. Right. Like you got to have a clause in place. Like, yo, I know you hear from me, so be honest with me no matter what, because I'm going to need you to pop this balloon before it gets popped by somebody else.
Yeah.
And I think he either didn't have that or those people got silenced because, the last 2 years ain't looked too good.
Yeah.
And then one small caveat, he was in a movie called Cutthroat City that he probably shouldn't have been in. And there was a portion where a raccoon nibbled on his eggplant.
Is that true?
Yeah, in the movie.
That's hilarious, man.
It was a scene where T.I. was a gangster with he had the Michael Jackson skin disease, and like part of his face was vanilla and the other part was French vanilla. And then he made Tyron Woodley put his eggplant up against a cage and let a raccoon chew on it.
Oh, dang, bro. That's like not nice to think about.
It's like, yo, you wasn't going to the gym so you could be in that movie doing that.
You want to go to the gym so you in that movie? It better be Black Panther, bro. Like it better be a good excuse for you to not be in.
Like GSP fighting Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's a good reason. That's a good reason, man.
You getting your manhood chewed on by a raccoon.
I never even heard that movie. It must have went straight to the Walgreens DVD basket.
Here's the trouble, though. It was a lot of good actors in that movie. Ethan Hawke was in it. The one kid, I forget his name. He was in he plays in the Wu-Tang movie as Raekwon, the Wu-Tang TV series. I forget. Terrence Howard was in it.
Terrence Howard was in it?
Yeah, it was a bunch of good actors in this movie. Like, I'm surprised the movie was so trash. There was a lot of good actors in it.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have you seen a fight where it's good fighters and the fight was trash?
Bless you. Okay, that was your Michael Jackson sneeze. I got
that was my sneeze, man. I think that's how he thought of it. He was like, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna keep that in there. That's what.
You know what? Usually, if it's two good fighters and the fight is trash, both of them scared of getting knocked out by each other. A la Ngannou versus Derek Lewis.
But I don't think I don't think that was it. So Derek Lewis, his back was messed up, and I don't think Ngannou was scared to get knocked out. He was scared of getting tired. So I don't think they're scared of, like, especially because.
I think you can put scared of getting knocked out and scared of getting tired in the same basket of embarrassment.
Yeah, I mean, you can put that in I agree. You can put that in the same basket, maybe. But I don't think he was scared of getting, I wonder how this is going to affect him when he goes to fight Stipe, because they're really messed up in his last fight.
Let's not jump forward. Let's not jump forward because we already jumped too far forward with Tyron. And you going with the redhead that is coached by Dean Thomas.
Him and Dean Thomas, bro. He the GOAT.
So you are going with the Scarlet Witch, and I'm going with the American.
This guy. He had to get that out.
Okay.
What's next?
The next fight. Oh, Sugar Sean O'Malley and Thomas Almeida.
Well, we know who won in that fight. We know.
You know who I'm going with?
You going with Sean O'Malley, right?
No.
See, I knew you was going to try to pick Almeida. I knew he was going to do that. Go against the grain. Bro, who is out striking Sean O'Malley? I know his last fight.
No, but you know why I'm not taking Sean O'Malley?
He's just not dependable?
No. It's all mind state. He never accepted that last loss. He kept trying to act like it didn't happen, or the circumstances that made that loss occur didn't occur. And in that made me believe that he might not have worked on whatever deficiencies he had that led to the result of that fight.
Yeah, but he's not.
Wait. Same way we're just talking about Tyron Woodley not addressing certain things and not accepting them or believing them or having them to be factual. To me, when you're fighting and you don't accept those things, you take your first loss and he's still walking around talking about he undefeated. Come on, bro.
Bro, that's not the same thing.
Come on, bro.
First off, that's a really good point. I will give you that. That's a great point. But we talking about someone that clearly is bad at rapping, right? We know this man, he's not a rapper.
But clearly Sean O'Malley lost the fight.
He clearly lost the fight.
And he's not claiming that.
And he's not. He's not. But I just think he's talking talking smack. He's just talking smack. There's no way that he watched that fight over, right? And then didn't see that issue.
So
he's a smart dude.
Him and Almeida are both coming off of a loss. I want to put that out there too.
I think Almeida's good, man. He's primarily a Muay Thai, fighter, man. But he's really good, man. But he needs you to be closer in range for him to catch you. And then you got your boy O'Malley, who would be at a distance. He could be at a distance, man. It's like Conor, almost. His striking is legit. He's gonna.
So here's the thing. So O'Malley has a 2-inch reach advantage with the arms and a 1.5 inch reach with the legs.
Yeah, what's the height though?
5'11" to 5'7".
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. We know Sean O'Malley's gonna win. Everyone thinks Sean O'Malley. You know why we know he's gonna win? Because everyone thinks it's possible for Sean O'Malley to be champion. No one, I'm not gonna say no one think, but
no, because remember before Cody Garbrandt beat Almeida was undefeated, and he was hot. First of all, Cody.
That's what I'm saying.
Cody, if you ever watch this, Ohio boys to the end. I met
Cody, man. He's dope.
I'm never not gonna root for Ohio boy. I don't care how many neck tattoos you have, and if we can't never see no parts of your body again ever, I'm always rooting for Ohio boys. Ohio over everything.
He's dope, man. Yeah, I didn't want Cody to win that fight. I wanted Thomas Almeida to win that fight, but then he won. I just kind of I love Cody now. He's great. And
super side note. I thought about, and I haven't even been doing shows in the pandemic, but I thought about going to that UFC fight in Houston. I'm just putting that out there. Go ahead and do whatever you was about to do.
Which one?
Usman versus Masvidal.
That's in Jacksonville.
It's in Jacksonville?
Yeah, it's in Jacksonville.
Which one? Oh, which one is in Houston?
I didn't know it was doing.
Oh, Michael Chandler is in Houston.
Oh, I want to talk about that. All right? Because you say you didn't like it. Do you realize you like it now? Okay, so this is
but I understand. Here's the thing. I don't like it, but one part of it I didn't understand when I didn't like it is that Dustin was taking the money fight over taking
money.
The championship.
So
fight.
I like
so here's the thing. If Dustin wasn't taking the championship fight and they just skipped Dustin and went straight to Michael Chandler, I wouldn't have liked it.
I still like Chandler and Oliveira better than
he just got here, bro. You just got here, bro.
It don't matter. He's a champion. It ain't like he's just some sucker coming from. Everybody act like UFC's the best.
No, but here's the thing. When Justin Gaethje had just came from World Series of Fighting, they didn't just throw him in there after one fight, one win, and say, "All right, you're gonna fight for a belt." Think about how long Justin Gaethje was on the grind before he got that title shot. Granted, he took some losses, but even after his first couple of wins,
he fought Michael Johnson, right?
Right,
and he beat him. Who was his next fight? Dustin Poirier, right?
No, I don't think Dustin Poirier was after.
Was it? Oh, Eddie Alvarez. Who was it?
It might have been Eddie Alvarez.
Okay, his next fight, Eddie Alvarez, he lost.
You taking me away?
Huh?
All right, now I gotta go look at this now. Because if we're not gonna be nothing else, we're gonna be factual. Okay.
My point is, this man, he didn't. We're talking about what this man came in from World Series of Fighting, which is cool, but Bellator is bigger, right? It goes. I want to say it goes like UFC 1 championship, Bellator. And like,
wait a minute, show me this graph you're doing again. I need to see this. So you saying it's what now?
Well, it just depends. It just depends. But it's like UFC is like probably the biggest one, right? Then you got one championship, which is just bigger in Asia, right?
So you got UFC, Bellator.
No. UFC one championship, Bellator. You think Bellator is bigger than one championship?
UFC, Bellator.
In America is bigger. There's a reason one championship gets paid more because it's huge. It's so the arenas they do, it's way bigger.
America's where it matters.
No, okay. Anyway, so
no. Answer me this: when is the first time you saw a live one championship fight?
I don't watch one championship like that. I watch replays.
No, here's the thing: you got to watch replays because it comes on.
Yeah, I know.
Freaking 2 in the morning or 4 in the morning or some weird stuff like that.
It's just a weird time, or in the afternoon, or I don't know. It's just a weird time because they're in a different, other side of the country. But what I'm saying is Justin Gaethje came in and had a war with Michael Johnson, right? A war with Michael Johnson, who, let's be honest, he was on Michael Johnson's, he was like pretty much parallel with Dan Hooker's status, right? I think Dan Hooker was maybe a little higher because Michael Johnson always
okay. So he fought Michael Johnson, and then he fought Eddie Alvarez,
and he lost.
And then he fought Dustin. Right. So he won one fight against Michael Johnson,
which was a hard fight where he got rocked and almost got finished. So we're not talking about someone that just came in and destroyed a top 5 lightweight. Destroyed him. I mean, come on, man. Who has knocked out Dan Hooker? Nobody.
I'll give you that. I'm not gonna fight that.
So that's what I'm saying. So okay, so cool. So I'm thinking I like this fight better because I love Dustin Poirier, man. I'm so glad he rather has the counter fight because he gets more money, and I want some new blood, man. So I love Oliveira getting his shot, and I love Chandler because Chandler was a champion. We know who Chandler is. It was almost like Ben Askren coming in. Except Ben Askren, he had a little rough time when he first came in.
And plus he had them bad hips too.
Bad hips. Yeah, it wasn't even like prime Ben Askren. Also, I think he's gonna beat Jake Paul.
Remember what I said about Ohio boys earlier?
Yeah.
Remember what I said about Ohio boys?
You're Jake Paul? You with Jake Paul, man?
Time out. Let me finish. I was gonna say this is the part where I stand down.
Oh, okay.
You got to draw the line somewhere.
Come on, man. No one's going to respect our podcast.
You got to draw the line somewhere. Because I had to make sure I put that out there because I said I ride for Ohio boys no matter what.
Yeah.
And then we got to Jake Paul, and I was like,
yeah, man, this dude. Look, man, power to him. He's making money. He's making a lot of money, but he just I can't. Yeah, I don't think he's going to beat Ben Askren because I think that back to Michael Chandler. So I think that I just think that's a great fight.
Okay.
I think that's a great fight. It's new blood. Conor and Dustin running back because I do want to see that happen again. I want to know what's that was they're 1-1, both finishes because Conor was knocked out. He got knocked out. It was weird.
He was a meme. Conor was out so smooth they could have put him on a box of chamomile tea.
Yeah.
And sold that.
Yeah, so I think I'm excited to see what Conor is like active because he physically looked good. He just didn't check any leg kicks, and he got a couple check hooks. But
all right, let me ask you this: so who should fight the winner of the championship fight? Who should fight the winner of? So no matter who wins between Oliveira and Chandler, who should?
Dustin.
Who? But which one though?
Whoever wins. I think who else is going to do it? It can't be Dan.
So do you? So you just take Justin Gaethje completely out of the equation since he's not fighting anybody?
Oh yeah. Well, who is?
It's a slippery slope.
So, but okay, who is Justin going to fight? But it doesn't matter. Justin, he got destroyed.
Yeah, but Justin doesn't have anybody, and everybody got destroyed by Khabib. Justin is the only person who doesn't have a fight lined up next. Everybody's fighting.
Hey, man, whose fault is that? Huh? Whose fault is that, man? He should have took some kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Justin, he didn't even fight Khabib. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not in there with Khabib, but he wasn't even, he didn't pressure Khabib. He was like really scared of getting taken down.
So we can probably honestly say out of the three between Justin, Dustin, and Conor, that Justin probably did the worst against Khabib. You can probably say that.
Yeah, you can say that. Dustin almost finished him with a guillotine, and Conor beat him in the third round. So,
yeah, but some people could say he took the third round off. Just neither here nor there.
Yeah, maybe, but he still lost. So
he did, but he still tapped him with a neck crank.
I want to see Michael Chandler versus Khabib, man. This is why I don't like that this conversation where people say Khabib is the greatest fighter of all time, because I feel like he is amazing and he's so good, but he hasn't fought long enough. He's had 3 title defenses. So you compare him to Anderson Silva, who has like what 12. So
here's the weird part about that. So yes, Khabib hasn't had as many title defenses, but most of the people who argue that he's the GOAT now only argue that because of how long he's been undefeated. And he didn't fight for a title soon enough to me to be considered in the GOAT thing, but they count that and carry that over. And then they always discredit John Jones and the Spider because of the
heroin.
But so, even if you say that, there's no way he can jump over GSP.
Not over GSP or Demetrius Johnson. No, come on, man. You kidding me? This man fought people that were way above his size. He finally got his division. And he got the record.
No, here's the thing. Here's the problem. Oh, man. Here's the problem.
I'm ready to hear this.
Level of competition.
But come on. Are you kidding me?
Whose fault is it?
Not listen, man. Listen. So tell me an Olympian wrestler that Khabib has fought. Please tell me an Olympian level wrestler. Please. He has not fought an Olympian wrestler. He fought Henry Cejudo, bruh, and destroyed this dude.
No, he did.
Fought him a second time, and he won.
Let's be real. But here's the thing.
He won the second time.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. You say that, right? But then you have to remember the 5 people that John Jones beat from getting the championship to everybody he fought right after he won it. That murderer's row of people that he murked.
Hey man, Jones is a GOAT. I don't know what he's
No, but that's my point when we're talking about GOAT. Then you have to remember Anderson Silva.
I'm talking about DJ.
No, but I'm saying this is why I don't hold what he did in the same light and regard with the GSP of John Jones, Anderson Silva. Like Anderson Silva came up and murdered Rich Franklin when Rich Franklin was one of the faces of the UFC. Yep. Like when Anderson came in, it was Matt Hughes, it was Rich Franklin, and it was Chuck Liddell. The UFC had all they Chuck Norris dudes, and them was the 3 right there. Them was the 3 horsemen of the apocalypse. Anderson Silva came in and turned that thing brown.
Man, he was like, "Hey guys, you know what Muay Thai is?"
And then GSP beat the legend Matt Hughes, BJ Penn, and he just smashed so many other people. And then GSP was doing the weird thing where he was doing it before John Jones, where he was beating people at whatever their strong suit was. If you're a good boxer, he outboxed you. If you're a good wrestler, he out-wrestled you. If your thing was jiu-jitsu, he would try to submit you. So that's why I don't put I'm not saying that DJ wasn't a good fighter. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't put him in a GOAT talk because he didn't walk through other GOATs.
Are you kidding me, bro?
I don't put DJ in the GOAT
That's not fair. That's not fair. Are you kidding me? DJ, look, bro, DJ is arguably the greatest fighter of all time.
So here's the thing. Here's the best part about it. Here's the best part. We are talking about opinions. That is mine. Yours is yours.
Listen. Yeah, okay, you're right. That's
and here's the thing, and you know me, I'm not just doing this because we're recording this. If we was having this conversation personally or anywhere else, I would be saying the same thing.
But I think you're disrespecting DJ is what I'm saying. Your opinion is disrespectful to he's on Mount Rushmore. Everyone is always saying that he hasn't fought he hasn't fought anybody, but he started the flyweight division. How you gonna fight somebody that he started it?
I might be disrespecting one of the best gamers that ever fought. There's no,
bruh. What did DJ do wrong? What did DJ do wrong?
I'm not saying he did anything wrong. He's
in one championship, still winning.
Listen,
he's still winning.
Listen, here's the thing, man. You know how just some fighters that some people just don't like no matter what. You just got some fighters. You just
and I'm okay.
I just don't rock with that dude.
And that's okay.
No. His thing,
personality,
as a person,
his personality ain't really there.
No, as a person though, he's probably a great dude, great dad, all that stuff. So let's not get crazy with all that stuff. I'm just saying he ain't my cup of tea. I don't put him on my GOAT list. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's not great. I'm not saying that he might not be the greatest flyweight.
Okay, so what's your GOAT list? He is, but what's your GOAT list? What's your top 4?
Okay, so
you don't have to be specific order. You can put it in order.
So PEDs not pending.
Okay.
PEDs not pending. John Jones, Anderson Silva, GSP. Number 4 can be whoever you want it to be.
Yeah, I might switch Silva and GSP.
Okay. I'm not mad.
I mean, Silva would beat GSP. I mean, that whole argument, but because he's bigger though.
Well, it never happened.
It never happened. But I mean, but it's like Jones would beat Silva, so it's like, but yeah. So I mean, that's my list too.
All right, so back to our original conversation. So you picking Sugar Sean over Thomas Almeida, right?
Yeah.
So we doing our picks super early. We usually don't do our picks this early, but I will be posting my picks on my Instagram page at Nelsin Davis.
This is a guest. This is a guest too.
Right.
This is a guest. I'm not like
wait. Co-main event. We got the number 7.
They canceled Arlovsky versus not Arlovsky, but Alexander versus the title fight. There's a title fight. She got COVID. Alexander.
Oh yeah. The little rugby dude, Volkanovski. Yeah. I still don't think he beat Max Holloway that last fight either. By the way, but that's neither here nor there. So your new co-main event, should I say, is Tyron Woodley versus Vicente Luque, and he is ranked number 10. As I preluded to earlier. Once again, Dean Thomas. I'm sorry, bro. I'm taking Vicente Luque, and I'm taking him off the sheer fact that I feel like Tyron Woodley is gun shy at this point in his career, and I think
he's only gun shy when he gets clipped.
I think
that's the only time he's gun shy.
I think no, he just gun shy. Period.
Every time he gets clipped, he's gun shy.
So here's the only time. Remember, he fought them 2 safe ass Wonder Boy fights where he threw the lowest amount of strikes in welterweight history.
Then in the fifth round, he knocked him down both times.
Right.
There was 4 rounds of him.
But that's what started his gun shyness. He never was a volume puncher before that. He never was a combination puncher like in fights. He throw one shot, he might throw a 1-2, but he was never a combination puncher ever. But them Wonder Boy fights and fighting tentative like that to keep that belt and not lose is what started his gun shyness, and he been gun shy ever since. So I'm taking Luque, and I'm not saying by knockout, but he will outpoint him because he will outwork him. Remember, I said it here first.
Yeah, but that's not like super. I mean, he's lost every single round he's had in the last, 3 fights.
Then that makes it obvious.
He lost to Usman. Yes, I mean, so it's like, I'm just hoping he does well because I love Tyron. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
and Tyron, this ain't me saying that I don't like you, bro. That ain't what this is. You gonna lose.
They ain't watching this. We ain't popping that.
No, you know what's happened in my life, and this is funny, like for real. So I'm not gonna undersell myself. I've said things about things that people have done, going, man, they ain't gonna see this. I ain't even that famous yet. And then all of a sudden, I'm somewhere there like, hey. You that dude that said blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, me? I'm not even. How did you know I said that? How did you know? Who told you? And they're like, but did you say it? They're like, but did you say it? I'm like, of course I did. Why we wouldn't be having this conversation if I did?
I'd be lying. Say what? Bro, why would I? I did not say that. Play recording me saying it. Oh, that dude do sound like me, don't it? I get why you thought that. That video looked like me too, man.
No, as soon as they pull the phone up next to me, I'm looking at it like, oh, I had a nice beard day that day. Look at that. That was some good oil in there. Yeah, that was.
Okay, so Vicente Luque, you got a vibe.
And you going with Tyron Woodley for sentimental memories?
Yes. Yeah, bruh. Yeah.
All right. Now,
I mean, that's such a bad. I mean, because Vicente, he gonna come forward, and it's like, who does Tyron not like to fight? People that come forward.
And he gonna be on his back foot, and he gonna have that little right hand.
But everyone know he got to get off the gate. Dean Thomas he got to get off the gate. Yeah. We'll see what happens. All right. And now we are just disagreeing this whole time. I think we haven't agreed on one pick. We haven't agreed on one pick, and we're not going to agree with this main event, Brett. It's a wrap because you're going for Stipe for the same reason. You don't think it is, but it's the same reason I'm going for Tyron. Sentimental reasons. Oh, that's why it is, man. Oh, because it's a wrap. It is a wrap for the boy.
No, so I'm gonna give you a breakdown. So you ready?
I'm ready for it, and I'll give you mine.
We talked about this before.
We have.
So when Francis fought Rosenstrike, he was swinging like he had baseball bats for arms.
Exactly.
Everything was wide and it was wild.
I can't wait.
If Rosenstrike was a wrestler,
if
Rosenstrike was a wrestler, he would have dipped down, body clenched, and took him down and grounded pounded.
Exactly. That's what DC said. He was like, yep, he would have been on the floor by now. That's what he said. He would have been on his back. I remember.
You know what? That DC is a smart guy.
He's very smart.
I'm liking him more and more every day.
So go ahead and break this down so I can flip it. I'm ready.
So I think Stipe has shown the ability to avoid the big shot or at least roll with the big shot. He learned his lesson when he got caught with the punch he couldn't see with DC and came back 2 fights and not only showed that he was not going to be out grappled by an Olympic level wrestler, but also that he's not going to get caught with nothing sneaky. And the fact that he has a win over Francis before, I don't think Francis has closed up the gap that much in the wrestling to be able to stop Stipe from putting that pressure on him. And even if Francis did push forward on Stipe has shown the ability to knock people out with one punch while backpedaling or off the back foot. He can beat you up coming forward and he can beat you up going backwards. That's very rare. That's a rare thing. So not just because Stipe went to East Lake North High School, not because he went to Cleveland State college and wrestled there, not just because he's an EMS and an EMT and a firefighter. No.
He's a reversed Chris Weidman. He's great. He's a reverse Chris Weidman. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because Chris Weidman is a monster on the ground. And he has decent hands. So
Chris Weidman fell very far from glory. And I'll have you know this.
Yeah, but listen, man, ain't no Yoel in the heavyweight division. That's what I mean. That's
Stipe was a Golden Glove fighter. You do know that, right?
That's what I'm saying was reverse because
but he was
Weidman's
also
ground game.
No, but Stipe was also an NCAA wrestler too.
Yeah, but he wasn't an All-American. His wrestling is good. Like
he wasn't an All-American, but he was a college level wrestler.
That's what I'm saying. So he has good wrestling.
So that makes him not a Weidman.
Good wrestling, great striking. I think his striking is way underrated. Right?
I think his wrestling is better. I think his wrestling is better than Weidman's striking. That's why I don't agree with that comparison.
But what are we talking about? Because when is Weidman got outstruck? When he went in for a takedown and he got caught with a flying knee by Yoel. Please tell me someone.
Wait a minute. Then he got out.
Knee in the heavyweight division.
But then he got out wrestled.
Come on, man.
But Weidman got out wrestled by Luke Rockhold. Bro.
Luke Rockhold after this man was dominating the entire fight and went and did a spinning back kick. When have you ever seen? So and his IQ is higher.
No, who was the last person? Who was the last person that knocked out Chris Weidman? Because his last fight he got knocked out.
Jacare.
Jacare knocked him out in the last fight.
Jacare.
So you got outstruck by a jiu-jitsu dude.
Come on, man. We talking about Jacare. This man was knocking out everybody. He knocked out Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall striking is.
Well, first of all, Uriah Hall is on the list with Tyron Woodley about being gun shy, letting them hands go. If Uriah Hall had a different mind state, he'd be a champion.
Hey man, that's my guy.
I mean, I know that's your guy, but you gotta. The facts is facts. When it comes to ability, if he had a different mind state, if he was the same dude he was when he hit the most spectacular knockout any of us ever saw on The Ultimate Fighter, if he would have been that same guy his whole career, he might have been in the GOAT conversation. But somewhere up in there, the hurt business wasn't appealing to him that much, and he started being gun shy. But he had the tools and the ability. No way he should have lost to Gastelum in that final on The Ultimate Fighter. But that's neither here nor there.
Ooh, man. Isn't that crazy? That Gastelum is in the middleweight division, and he, man. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't get through the screen. Gastelum is fighting for a title contender.
No, I'm fine. You didn't get nothing happened. I'm fine.
Oh man, it's funny.
Yeah, Gastelum is in contention for stuff, and now Uriah Hall is out saying weird stuff like he could beat Adesanya.
Anyway, so there's what are we talking about? How do we get there?
The conclusion of this is probably going to be my friends' friends are not my friends, because there's probably a lot of people who your friends who could be like, man, forget that other dude, man.
These bugs are tearing me up. All right, so
we're talking about Stipe and Francis.
So this is my thing.
You have your counterpoint. The floor is yours.
Okay, I'm ready, man. I've been waiting. So
the floor is yours.
So the reason everyone keeps bringing up Francis Ngannou, the way he outstruck Rosenstrike, and not outstruck him, that he just went and murdered him like that. All right, he did that in 2 fights. Every fight, that Overeem fight, he threw feints. He set that up. He set up that uppercut. Arlovsky, he set that up. All right. We're talking about someone like Curtis Blades. He set that. Man, come on, man. He set that up. So where he doesn't go in the fights doing that. He just knew he could do that with. So it's like, wow, if you know you can do that, just get it over with. Just get it over with. And that's what he did. Also, if he's patient against Stipe, and he strikes with him, and he's patient, and he sets up the way he does. He throws his feints, sets traps. And he, if you notice that first Stipe fight, he kept throwing. The first Stipe fight, he started with the uppercut, right? The only reason he started with the uppercut, anytime he went down, anytime Stipe went down for a takedown, and he got closer and closer. The third time he threw the uppercut, it landed. Then from then on, every uppercut that he threw when Stipe was going for a takedown had landed. He had it now. This man went out in the first round and threw everything he had, was exhausted. All right. Just the simple fact that Stipe didn't finish him in the second, in the third round, in the fourth round, in the fifth round, he messed up. He was already tired. He was tired after the first. He was exhausted. He was barely walking out. And Stipe still couldn't finish him. It's a wrap, bro. It is a full. Hey, let's go to Subway and get a wrap, because that's what it is, man. I forced that one. But listen, are you frozen right now, or are you just looking at me crazy?
No, I wasn't frozen. I was just looking at you crazy.
I was like, what's going on, man? Hey, listen. Stipe has great striking. I'll be real with you. That fight, that last fight he was in with DC, he looked good. He actually was losing the fight until he clipped DC, got him, and then started pounding him
up against the cage. Up against the cage, yeah.
Almost, and then after that, it was over. I mean, it was like DC couldn't come back. But he did look like he looked shredded, bro. He looked shredded. He looked conditioning wise, he looked great.
You know, one thing I want Stipe to tell us though.
What?
I think Stipe should share whatever his secret is with LeBron.
What?
Because remember, Stipe was thinning up top, like in that first DC fight, and then all of a sudden He came in there with that Willow Smith. I whipped my hair back and forth.
Oh yeah, that's funny, man. I know he was. I know he was vegan. The last fight, he went vegan.
Wait a minute. What do you mean he was? What did you mean? He was
I was just saying he was.
What do you mean he was vegan?
Put your arms down, bro.
What do you mean? You did it first. What do you mean he was vegan? What?
He was vegan. He went vegan. He went plant-based. Hey, that's why he did so well. That it really depends on if he's going plant-based.
First of all,
plant-based fight, he'll knock Ngannou.
DC won fights his whole career eating Popeyes.
That's another reason. So we're talking about DC. DC is probably, if we're just doing pound for pound, the best fighter. He's got to be, for me, top 2 or 3. He's definitely top 3, right? Because he went up and fought Stipe.
Over who? Over who? You said he's top 3, so over who?
He's over it.
John Jones, GSP, Silva. He's over who?
Okay.
He's over who? He's over who? Is he top 3 or top 4? He's over who?
I would say, but so I'm saying if we're doing like pound for pound,
all time. He's over who?
He's over.
He's over who?
Could you let me answer though? Could you let me answer? Because I don't. If I was cutting people out for PEDs, you know what I'm saying?
Nope. Because I didn't cut people out for PEDs on mine. So we just talking about if PEDs excluded.
But this is my thing though. It's like John Jones is great, but he didn't fight. We're talking about pound for pound. You know what I mean? He didn't do any other divisions.
So we're talking about pound for. So are we separating GOAT from pound for pound?
But I'm saying that.
I'm asking. For clarification. Are we separating GOAT from pound for pound? Are those two separate things?
I just think so.
Can you answer my question before you finish telling what you think?
Can I just talk? Can I just talk and then you ask questions afterwards? Can you do that? Let me just say something. All right. Dang. DC, if he was on a diet, could make welterweight. He's 5'11". Bruh, he's 5'11". He don't got a 6-pack of abs. When he was in lightweight, he didn't have no 6-pack of abs. Middleweight, he could probably have abs, right? And he can make welterweight, bruh. It's possible for him to do that. It is probably impossible for Stipe to make light heavy.
I saw DC wrestle in college. Ain't no way he was making no welterweight.
Listen, man. You see
him he was in phenomenal shape. I didn't see him up close. I know other people who have saw him up close, but I watched the videos and the tapes. I watched him wrestle Cael Sanderson, who was one of the best wrestlers who ever lived. DC was in phenomenal shape.
He was in great shape, man. He didn't have abs, though.
But he still wasn't nowhere near 170 pounds.
But I know he wasn't because he's naturally bigger. That's why he's
naturally big boned. He's a natural big bone Louisiana.
Nobody's bones are big. He got regular bones, bro. He don't diet. He said the way he made a light heavyweight, he just ate a salad. That's what he said.
No, but here's the thing. I don't think it's enough dieting. Excuse me. Maybe his metabolism is different, but his frame, his structure, I don't think he ever getting down to 170.
He can, but I'm saying it's possible though.
I don't think it's possible.
Fat. Bro, that's not even. Of course it is. Of course it is, man. He's not comfortable right there.
Some people supposed to be fat.
Okay, then that makes sense. That's why he's that way. That's why he's a light heavyweight. That's why he's a heavyweight. But I'm just saying it is possible for him to make it down there, and he did. I mean, he just stayed up there.
Not welterweight,
bro. Heavyweight, he was fat.
He was fat as fuck. He was fat,
bro. I mean, he was fat.
Yeah.
I mean, he like the last time he was up there, it wasn't as bad, but the first time he went up there, bro,
no,
it was fat.
The last time he was all about them cakes.
He made that song when he was a light heavyweight, bro, and a light heavyweight.
I know.
He could have easily made middleweight. He could have made middleweight, man. I'm not gonna say.
You know what? You could have made middleweight. So listen. You just shifted from welterweight to middleweight.
No, I said it's possible for him to be a welterweight. It was possible.
Never.
It is though, man.
Never.
It is.
Never. Have you ever?
It is, bro.
Hey,
he's 5'11".
Have you ever cut weight?
Have I cut weight before?
Yeah.
Yeah, for like a photo shoot. It sucked.
Yo, let me tell you something. It's different when you got to put your body.
He got to change his lifestyle.
No. Listen.
Then he cuts weight.
No, hear me out before.
Hear me out
before you do that. When you have to cut weight, and you still put these physical demands on your body to be at its most stress point that it's going to be, because physically trying to keep another man off of you is as physically stressed as your body is going to be. So when you're training every day in that grind, and training has to be worse than the fight, so that way the fight is easy. So the training is worse than the fight, and you're cutting weight. You're dehydrating your body. You're cutting out stuff that your body thinks that it needs. You're tricking your brain. You're still going in, taking those beatings day in and day out to get to the point where you're trying to be successful, lowering that weight, and then be able to still compete. If it was possible for him to get down to an optimal weight like 170, I understand what you're saying, his height, all that stuff, yada, 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 whatever, but it's just not. It's not.
It is though. No, John Jones took time away from training and all that to gain weight properly. If DC took
gaining weight and losing weight are two different things.
You're right, because gaining weight is harder. That's way hard unless you're doing it the wrong way.
It depends on your
gaining muscle, bro. Here's
the thing: genetics and metabolism play a lot into that.
Come on, man.
You never seen certain people in certain families, like you be like, damn, they all fat. Like maybe they just supposed to be fat people. You see some people who tall, they just gonna be tall. Some people who skinny, the mama skinny, the daddy skinny, the kids are skinny.
But I agree with you. So I'm saying like that. I agree with you, man. He naturally just a bigger dude, but it's fat. It's fat.
Man, even at his prime, at optimal weight, he was gonna be 180 plus.
Listen, man,
that's as fit as he gonna be. That's his fit. That's it. His peak Ferrari condition.
I think middleweight. If he did middleweight, I would love.
He would. If he would have tried to go middleweight, he'd have died.
He would probably die.
His kidneys would have failed. He would have died.
But if he changed, I'm saying, but I'm just saying it's possible.
He'd have died.
Changed his lifestyle. If he try to cut weight to 180, yeah. If he would try to cut weight, but if he would have took time and then changed his whole lifestyle, worked out differently,
he could have cut off. He could have cut off a leg. He still would have been about 180.
Yeah, well,
that's just it. So, what's the bet?
I mean, I don't know what the bet is, man. What do you want to lose? Francis is gonna knock him out, bro. He's going to knock this dude out.
The question should be, since
it's the first round too, bro. He's gonna knock him out in the first round.
Since you are the previous loser, the question should be, what would you like to lose, my friend?
First off, both of us lost the Adesanya fight. Okay, we both thought he was gonna win.
But we didn't bet that though.
I mean, how are we? You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I just like how you called me a loser. We were losers both. We were both losers last.
First of all, in the beginning of this episode, I said we go down together. I said that, and that day we went down together. But when we are apart, when we are on opposite sides,
okay,
I'm gonna win.
I'll shave my beard. I will shave my if
okay. So you still
wins. I will shave my beard.
So you still owe me a meal. And loser,
I didn't get you a meal, bro.
No, because remember you paid me for the one time. You owe me twice.
Okay, all right, man.
So you owe me one more.
Okay, I owe you a meal.
Right. And so the loser of this
shaves their beard.
Shaves their beard.
Deal. It's gonna be so funny seeing you next week with no beard, because you're not gonna have a beard, bro. It's a wrap. Yeah, do that. You need to enjoy it. You need to enjoy while you can.
First of all,
man.
I just put some beard oil in here about 30 minutes ago. This thing is luxurious.
You might as well take your beard oil and throw it away, man. You ain't gonna need no more, man.
This thing is.
You're not gonna need it.
So losers shave their beard. Wow, we come a long way.
Hey, deal.
You're gonna look like Preacher first season of America's Got Talent.
That's hilarious. I had a beard then though. It was just it was just barely there.
No, barely there. When you first episode, you ain't had a butt naked. You ain't had a city porty.
It was me. You know when you first start getting the beard, and
that little skinny chin strap. Little skinny chin strap.
You try to line it up.
Yeah, that's
what I was doing, man. It looked bad. It do look like I was a baby face. That's how bad it was, bro. It's bad, bro.
You should have had him hit it with that pencil, with that little baby.
I know, man. I should have spray painted it. But yeah, man. Hey, man. I just can't see that it happening. But you know.
So
we'll see what
loser shaves they beard. Man, It's the final countdown now. This is real.
It's the final countdown. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I think so. How do you think Stipe is going to get it done?
I think Stipe is either going to get it done by decision, but he could have submitted him that first fight. I'm going to be honest with you. He could have submitted him several times.
He don't do submissions, bro.
He doesn't, so
But he could. If he knew, he could have.
Right, because
that's what he's gonna. He said, "I got something different for him." I think that's what he's trying to aim for. Tube's not gonna get any takedowns, bro, because he's gonna be asleep himself. Right?
No,
it's a wrap. I think he's gonna get knocked out.
So either decision or submission. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's going decision either way. I think Stipe gotten too good. In his last fight, he just looked too crisp. He just got way better since when they first fought, which is crazy.
Oh man, his footwork.
His footwork got better, and he was already good, but his footwork got better, and I think he's just getting better. So I think if he's not going to hold him the whole time, that's what he did last time. He just held him. He just was on top of him. He just Blachowicz Israel Adesanya hit on him, for 4 rounds after he did, So
all right. So when are we doing our wrap up? When are we going to do our after show? What day are we going to do it?
Our after show?
Yeah.
I don't know, whenever we do.
Because after the fight, we got to wrap it up. So we'll schedule that. And my laptop is about to die. So that's the end of this. We're gonna end this. We gotta get out of here, man. Right. They about to cut the lights off. We gotta go.
All right, man. Well,
all right, bro. I'll be texting you during the fights to let you know how good my picks was.
Listen, man. A lot of whatever.
Dean Thomas, I can't wait to meet you.
Two, whatever. Bro. Dean Thomas, you the GOAT.
I can't wait to meet you.
Go ahead, follow us on social media. You put your social media.
At Nelsin Davis on everything with an I, NELSINDAVIS.
Preacher Lawson, and thanks for kicking it with comedians or something like that. I don't know how we ended this, bro. Hey. All right, man.
All right.
Good work.
Yeah.